during the whole week. I'll be back with Amelia Ebel now on the beam. Scored 9.85 with this exercise in the team competition. Back flip, back flip. Oh, it's come off the end. Now that happened to Falata the other night. She did the two back flips and then it wasn't quite as bad as that. She just hit with one foot enough to take the back somersault off one foot. But this little girl really came off the edge of the beam there. I hope she hasn't hurt herself.
Well, this really is a very difficult combination to go from one end of the beam right along the beam and dismount from the other. Every movement has to be very precise, and that leg just slipped right down the side of the beam. She just couldn't push off at all.
9.25 for little Amelia Ebel. Elena MUKHINA on the vault, and to clinch this world gold, she has to score 9.85. Just 0.2 ahead of a compatriot, Nellie Kim. Elena MUKHINA. Handspring front with a half turn there. She goes back for her second vault. It's the better one to count. And if she gets 9.85 or better, that will clinch the gold for Elena MUKHINA, who's really emerged and improved tremendously in the last year.
Comes into the horse really well, really moves the legs fast over the top, goes into the front, and then gets the turn out. Could make the second one better with the best landing.
And it's 9.85, so she's clinched the gold. It's the gold then for Elena MUKHINA. That's a magnificent performance. She still has one to come. She could do, I was going to say she could clinch it even further, but she doesn't need to. Nellie Kim just can't catch her now. She's had a wonderful evening here. We'll watch her coming up for the second vault now. She knows the score. She knew what she had to get. And she's got it.
And she does the same vault again, and that was the better vault, so let's see if she gets a better mark.
Well, we're looking at a world champion going off the stage. And she's got 9.9 for her second vault. 9.9 for the second one. It is a better vault. There's the second flight. And let's watch the landing. 9.9 scored. That's really clinched it now. She must feel absolutely delighted. Nellie Kim trying to achieve the impossible. She'd need to score 10.1 here to get ahead of her teammate who's clinched the gold, Elena MUKHINA. She can't do that, of course, but she is capable of perfection. She's had a 10 before. She had it in Montreal. Can she do it again? She only needs 9.3 to be ahead of Shaposhnikova and take the silver. One sees the art of the choreographer here, and here's the finale, the tumbling movement and the twisting back somersault there to finish, and the crowd loved it. And Nellie Kim there, great rapport with the audience, a great sense of drama and theatre. And that really was a great performance. And here's the finale, the round off, the half turn, then she beats and goes into the back flip. And here's the twisting back somersault as a finale. And she's made 9.95, and that clinches the silver for her. Elena MUKHINA, 18 years old, from the Soviet Union. The gold medal winner here, the world champion. The presentation being made by Yuri Titov. also from the Soviet Union, a former world champion himself, and the president of the Fédération Internationale Gymnastique. Nelly Kim. And Kim and MUKHINA following in the great traditions of Sureshova, Corbett, Larissa Latinina, presentation by Mr. Bangato, and Kim getting another silver to add to the one that she won in Montreal. Shy little girl, but just the semblance of a smile. 17 years old, but she doesn't look it. And she mounts the rostrum. There's a real smile there now to have the bronze medal presented to her.
Well, it does seem a pity that at the end the crowd cannot forget their differences with the judges. They are, of course, not showing their displeasure to the medalists, just to the chief judge who was involved in that wrangle over the points. Well, the crowd might have been incensed, but a night of triumph for Russia, and indeed a night of mixed fortunes. On one hand, displays so close to sheer perfection, and on the other, disastrous falls that crushed the hopes of some of the leading girls. One might have expected a 10 for MUKHINA, perhaps, in a floor exercise, but the judges no doubt felt that too many maximums were awarded in the Olympics of Montreal. Mind you, they had their moments too, didn't they? Anyway, confirmation of the final placings, a gold for MUKHINA with 78.725 points. Interesting to see that we have a new world champion who looks much more like Teresheva, the classic style. The silver going to Nelly Kim with 78.575 points, and the bronze to Shaposhnikova with 77.875 points. And who would have thought at the outset of these championships the Olympic champion Komenech would not appear in the medal positions. Apart from Japan's win in the men's team events, it's been a clean sweep for the Russians, and gymnasts like Andrianov and MUKHINA could walk away with a mass of medals. It's got to be worth watching, so join me for the last night of competition at 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. See you then, good night, and I'll leave you with the new world champion.
MUKHINA, the girl who's in the lead, but only marginally, but the fall from grace, the fall from the beam of Shaposhnikova will enable MUKHINA now with her floor exercise very probably to consolidate her lead. And the crowd loving that opener. Shaposhnikova 9.4 for the beam exercise. What a magnificent exercise. And that double back as the finale really brought the house down. She scored 9.95 with that exercise in the team competition. And I think we are looking there at Elena MUKHINA, and I think we're looking at a world champion.
MUKHINA is one of the more classical type of gymnasts. She moves very well in her dance performances, and a fantastic 9.95 for MUKHINA on the floor there, and she's going to take some catching now.